Good afternoon, everybody. Sorry I haven't filmed anything all day. I've been outside really farting around and sitting back relaxing, drinking some coffee right now, just had a cigarette. Been playing some Skyrim. Dan showed up today, wanted to know if I still wanted to work this year. And I, of course, told him yeah, that I would. And he's considering, it's not a confirmed thing yet, but he's considering about possibly going out doing a couple of jobs next week. He doesn't want to get full blown out into the field working because of still snow being on the ground, and it's still pretty bad in some areas up around here. But he's wanting to try and get maybe a couple of jobs in next week, set the jobs off the side that we did complete, and turn them in when we do go out and start working more full time. And I told him I'd be willing to do that, and he's wanting to do some work with the tractor, the ditch witch. The company ended up letting him keep the ditch witch up here this year, so that way he wouldn't have to run down south to be able to go and get it and everything. So that was actually good. I don't know if we're gonna end up downstate again this year or not. I don't know. That's just more like a touch and go type of subject there. It's hard to say. But also that depends on how we're doing for jobs up here. And they've already sent Dan a work list already of jobs that's got to be done, which was like 30 some jobs. Well, last year we had like double that. Last year when we started out, we had like 70 some jobs, and by the time we got done with those, we had like another 50 some jobs sent to us, while we were doing those other ones. So last year we ended up, before we even got out of spring, we had probably about 120, 130 jobs by the time we even got out of the springtime. And this year it's only maybe half that so far. So Dan was saying that they're gonna start doing calling in for missed digs and everything here soon. And so he was talking about possibly doing some work next week, like I said, but that's going to depend on how many missed digs get called in, actually get done, get completed, shit like that. So, if I do go out and work next week, it'll be just a little bit here and there, because like I said, Dan's is going to be working on getting the tractor ready, and the tractor that we have here is one that we used last year, and Dan's wanting to do some more welding work on the back end of the tractor where the where the trenching blade goes at for dragging the wire underground, because we had ripped that whole entire back end of the tractor right off last year where it was just holding on by the hydraulic cylinder. And so he's wanting to get some more steel and put up around where it broke last year. It's working good, but Dan's a little concerned about over time, of the summer, that it might get weakened again from his weld. So he's wanting to weld like maybe an 1/8 of an inch or 1/16 of an inch thick steel all the way around the pin where it broke last year on us. So he's going to do that. Oh yeah, he got 2 new tires for the tractor this year. Well, not brand new, but better than what we had on it last year. Last year we were running on 2 really bald tires. 2 of them were like new, 2 were just absolutely bullshit. But other than that, I like the work. It's just sometimes it can get to be a little stressful because either the customer or the technician or something of that nature, but I'll never be able to find work and make this kind of money like I do working with my brother Dan there. I've never made this kind of money before in my life working for anybody. It's nice. It's nice, but you definitely work your ass off 6, 7 days a week. But I ain't gonna complain too much because the pay is good. But I'm never home. Constantly gone. I was clearing really big checks last year, and that's how me and Tennille was able to, get ourselves some nice shit. Sure, I bought a Bravada, motor blew up in that, but at least I'm gonna be able to work this year, be able to fix the Bravada, and I want to fix my Dodge car out here. And I'm judging to be able to fix those two probably anywhere between $1,000 to $1,500 to be able to fix both of those cars, both those vehicles out here to get them to where they're roadworthy. So that way we can have them and get the Bravada back on the road again. Now as for when it comes to the vehicles, and I get both of the vehicles up and going again, I've been thinking about using the Bravada for the winter time because of the four-wheel drive, and using the Dodge Stratus for the summertime because of the gas mileage it gets. But I'll let you guys go for now instead of sitting here just rambling on.
Here's dinner, mine and his. And I was so tired I went in the bedroom and laid down and took a nap so I could still ride the bike, and I told him to wake me up when dinner was done. And he did, so here I am. So tonight is the time change. Spring forward. So I have to set all the clocks before I go to bed, because as you know, they switch over at 2 o'clock in the morning. Daylight savings time ends, which is good because it means it'll stay light longer. And Don's playing, well, he was playing Skyrim, is just sitting there now. He's making us some coffee. So as he said that he mentioned earlier, things are going to change drastically soon. Because soon he goes back to work for Dan, which means 7 days a week, never any days off, work every day, work, 12 to 16 hour days.
Yeah.
Sometime, last year he had to go to Indiana with Dan for a week. I don't know if that'll happen again. It really upset me last year, but this year I'm more used to it. I'll live. He won't get home until like midnight every day, but oh well. That's just how things work. And I didn't think it started till May, but here it is. It's going to start in March. And then last year it went to, December?
Yeah. So
he only got 3 months off. But that's how it goes. Right?
Yep. That way you can get that stinking thing off my face. For your coffee.
Thank
Booger.
you. And he wants to get a new engine for the Bravada, or a used one or whatever, with some of his income. And I said maybe he can help me get a new MacBook Pro if he's nice. And he can have this laptop that he bought me. It can be his. It's a good laptop and all, but I became a Mac person in 2011, and I miss the Mac. And I miss editing on Final Cut Pro and everything the Mac could do. So I don't know. They're like $3,000, so I don't know if I'll ever be able to afford one. Some of you remember, but the new subscribers don't know anything about it. I had one from 2011 until June or July this year, when I went to put the dishes away and accidentally knocked over Don's half-finished bottle of beer from the night before that was sitting on the table. And it fell onto the keyboard like this, and it just poured all into the MacBook Pro, and that was the end of it. Fried it, dead, gone, which was very painful for me, and nothing could be done about it. My dad tried to fix it, and it just started to smoke and burned up, and that was the end of it. So that's why I don't have my MacBook Pro anymore, and I don't see any hope of affording another one, but I really miss it. Sammy, what are you doing? I don't know, and I don't care. Tug? Why don't you play with Sammy? No, I don't wanna. I don't like the kitty. Tug. Aww. Aww. Goofy. Aww. Ugh. So we're gonna say goodnight. I hope that you enjoyed the video and you like, subscribe, comment, share, and you're having a good night. I know this one was short compared to yesterday, but maybe yesterday was too long and you guys need a break.
Wine ass.
Say goodnight.
Say your good morning.
That happened this morning. No, I guess it didn't because I didn't vlog before work.
So say your good morning then.
No, it's nighttime.
How do you know?
I do.
You're all half backwards anyway.
No. So I have to ride the bike after I finish my cup of coffee and eat my orange. And then run around the house and set all the clocks that don't set themselves. And then I'm going to bed. So, bye.
Nah.